The road to Brooklyn took two different paths in the 2018 BIG3 season. Power took a smooth, business-like approach, being led by Corey Maggette and the always sharp Cuttino Mobley. Their coach is a Hall of Famer, Nancy Lieberman, aka Lady Magic, aka the Basketball Whisperer. Her presence and even-keeled tone is the perfect voice to rock a big baby to the championship.
Lady Magic continues to have the magic.
She works good with animals as well because she has the Birdman flying high as ever.
To the Birdman! Look out! Is it in the Birdman who dunks it home? And the Birdman finishes it off, he does!
Add Quentin Richardson, Ryan Gomes, and Xavier Silas to the mix, and Power would be a force to be reckoned with. Well, Three's Company's road to Brooklyn was a little more bumpy. They took a more Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde approach, losing their superstar Hall of Fame coach Allen Iverson right before the start of the season. DeMar Johnson looked up and he was the only player left from season 1. He had to convince Baron Davis, Drew Gooden, Jason Maxiell, Andre Emmett and company that they had a shot at the title. Not to mention that Michael Cooper became their coach just days before Game 1 in Houston. Last season, Power was coached by now BIG3 Commissioner Clyde Drexler and started off strong at 4-1. But injuries derailed their chances at a championship. And with their superstar out of the lineup most of the season, Three's Company could never find the right package to put enough victories together to make any noise. But this season was different. Both teams came out the box and put the league on notice. Corey Maggette was determined to dominate after suffering a season-ending injury last year in Game 1. He didn't just want to be the best player on his team, he wanted to be the best player in the league, delivering MVP-type performances and grabbing the BIG3 record for points in a single game at 32. He's a man possessed. They say a cat has 9 lives, and Cuttino Mobley has about 8 more to go. His NBA career was cut short by a misdiagnosis, and he never played for a championship. But that has never stopped him for fighting for a ring. He steps into every arena as sharp as a tack and ready to handle grown man business. And when he steps on the court, he has no time to play. The cat has his claws on a title. Is there anything that can be done to get this taste out of his mouth? The Birdman must be a mutant. Sometimes he's an eagle, sometimes he's a vulture, and sometimes he's a monster. Whatever the team needs, he becomes. Shoot it, grab it, swat it. Birdzilla is on the loose in New York City, and he's headed to Brooklyn. Glenn Big Baby Davis has been the anchor in the middle. With twists and torques, he's like a big-boned ballerina who can also bang when he needs to. He hits 2s and 3s, and all the 50-50 balls are his.
Big Baby puts up a 3.
The baby is dancing closer to another title. and he wants his bottle filled with champagne. Quentin Richardson started off slow this season, but he finished strong, being at the right place at the right time, getting a timely bucket or steal exactly when Power needed it. He's also ready to get fitted for a ring. Nancy Lieberman is calm under pressure. Being a Hall of Fame player, she knows what players need to hear to respond. All she does is tell them exactly what they need to do to win the game on every single play. She's the first woman to head coach a male sport, and she's only one win away from a title. Along with Ryan Gomes and Xavier Silas, this is Power, the #1 seed in the BIG3, as smooth as a baby's butt. Three's Company, on the other hand, has picked the bumpiest road they can find to get to Brooklyn. In many ways, they've come full circle. Last season, they started off in Brooklyn with the biggest superstar in the league and the most hype. Even though they won Game 1, Allen Iverson quickly realized that he can no longer play at this level. So their superstar player coach just became a superstar coach, and Three's Company struggled the whole season. So during the offseason, they were able to pick up two big names, Baron Davis and Drew Gooden. Taking Andre Emmett #2 in the draft, along with Jason Maggette and Derek Byers, they were ready to make a run for Brooklyn again. But right before the season, Allen Iverson stepped down as the coach, and the job was given to five-time NBA champion Michael Cooper, who's won on every level. But could he make a difference, stepping in only days before the start of the season? They tried to set the tone in Game 1, turning back the Killer Threes 50-31. But they lost Game 2, and Baron Davis refused to lose Game 3 back in Oakland, hitting a game winner. Little did they know that he would only play in one more game before a quad injury would sideline B. Diddy for the rest of the season. Once again, Three's Company finds themselves without their marquee player, opening the door for Andre Emmett, a man who's been licking his chops for an opportunity just like this. The kid from Dallas, who couldn't really get his feet wet in the NBA, has taken the league by storm. Raining threes and filling up buckets is his specialty. Taking over the scoring load on his team and bullying his way to an MVP caliber season. Drew Gooden's game is perfect for the BIG3. He can take you inside and outside, post you up on the block, or step out and shoot the three. He brings attitude and accountability. Being one of the vocal leaders on the floor, he only comes to win. Jason Maggette is what the BIG3 is all about. Grown man basketball, and this is a grown man. Banging with the best of them and jumping with the rest of them, with putbacks and dunks. He started to come alive in Game 4 in his old stomping grounds, Detroit, Michigan, and he never looked back. He'll do anything to get a ring. Dante Jones had an unusual ride to Brooklyn. He started off the season 0-3 with Trilogy, the defending champs, and was traded to Three's Company for Derek Byers. But the defensive specialist realized that he's gonna need to score after they dropped Game 5 and ended up 3-2. Would this be another seesaw season? Not if Michael Cooper can help it. He's won on every level. In the NBA, WNBA, D-League/G League. And he refuses to lose in the Big 3. Coaching his team to a blowout win over Tri-State, another league powerhouse. But by Game 8, Three's Company was down to only suiting up 4 players, losing the game and limping into the playoffs. Power matched up against Tri-State, and it was an epic battle. 2 very talented teams with the absolute will to win. Every shot was difficult. They scrapped for every loose ball. Who wanted it more? Corey Maggette, Big Baby Davis, and Katino Mobley willed their team to a 51-49 victory and punched their ticket to NYC. Three's Company played last year's runners-up, Three-Headed Monsters, who was eager to get back to the championship game and finish the job. The Company men were still not at full strength, but Drew Gooden saved his best for last, setting the tone by hitting the bottom of the net. After that, it was the Andre Emmett show. He slayed the Dragon in front of his hometown crowd in Dallas, leaving the biggest trash talker in the league with nothing to say but welcome to Brooklyn. So the stage is set. 2 different teams on 2 different tracks, both on a full-speed collision course that will impact on Friday night, 8 o'clock Eastern at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Oh yeah, this will be a double mouthpiece game.